Silence is a virtue that few truly understand in its depth. We live in a world saturated with noise, sounds echoing aimlessly, words lost in the wind, and thoughts escaping tranquility. In this context, silence becomes a rare and precious refuge, a hidden temple where wisdom reveals itself only to those who dare to seek it. The chosen one, bearing a divine purpose, must grasp the immeasurable power of remaining silent, of safeguarding what is sacred, and discerning what to share versus what to keep deeply protected in the heart. Silence is more than the absence of words. It is an expression of spiritual maturity and trust in divine timing. When we choose silence, we are not being weak or passive. We are exercising strength that transcends the ego. The world, with its distractions and superficiality, teaches us to shout our achievements, expose our pain, and unveil our plans. Yet, silence, this invisible teacher, shows us that some things grow only in the shadows, protected from premature exposure. It whispers that life's greatest miracles occur in silence. The growth of a seed in the womb of the earth, the beating of a heart forming within a body, the sunrise illuminating the world without making a sound. Secrets are like seeds. If scattered prematurely to the wind, they risk being lost or destroyed before they can sprout. A seed requires fertile soil, time, and protection to grow strong and transform into a fruit-bearing tree. Similarly, the secrets, dreams, and visions of the chosen must be safeguarded until they are ready to bloom. Silence is the soil that nourishes these seeds, and discretion is the shield that protects them from the winds of envy, doubt, and resistance. The chosen one must understand that not everyone deserves access to what is sacred. Your words, dreams, and experiences are divine treasures, and it is your responsibility to protect them. When you share secrets with those who lack discernment, you open the door for negative energies to infiltrate your life. Envy is real. It may not be visible, but it acts like a shadow, infiltrating and weakening what is still in its formative stages. The enemy can only attack what is known. This is why silence holds such power. It confuses, protects, and preserves. There are moments when silence speaks louder than 1,000 words. It conveys wisdom beyond human understanding. One who knows how to remain silent when necessary demonstrates strength, discernment, and maturity. Silence teaches us to listen, not only to others but also to ourselves and the subtle voice of the Creator, which speaks amidst the quiet. When we silence ourselves, we create space for divine wisdom to reach us, for the answers we seek to reveal themselves, and for peace to flood our spirit. Yet, silence is not only protection, it is also a test. It reveals who is truly by your side. When you choose silence, those who genuinely love you will not demand explanations or pressure you to reveal what is not ready. They will respect your process, understanding that there is a time for everything, a time to speak and a time to remain silent. Those who are unsettled by your silence, who insist on invading what you guard with care, reveal their true intentions. They are like strong winds attempting to uproot the seed before its time. Wisdom lies in discerning with whom to share the deepest parts of your soul. Not everyone has a pure enough heart to receive the secrets of a chosen one. Some will listen to your words only to distort them, question them, or sow doubt in your mind. But there are rare individuals who, like guardians, will embrace your truths with love, respect, and prayer. They are true confidants, placed in your life as spiritual allies, capable of strengthening your path and protecting you in prayer when the weight of your mission becomes difficult to bear. Practicing silence is an act of faith. It is trusting that God is working in your favor, even when the world around you demands answers and explanations. It is saying, I don't need everyone to understand, I just need the Creator to guide me. The chosen one who learns to keep silence in their heart becomes unshakable. Their strength lies not in their words but in their connection with the divine, in their ability to act wisely, and in their trust in God's perfect timing. There is an indescribable peace that comes with silence. When we withdraw from the noise of the world and turn inward, we find a sacred space where the voices of doubt and fear are silenced. It is in this space that truth is revealed, wisdom flourishes, and the spirit is renewed. Silence is where the chosen one finds rest for their soul and strength to continue. It is there, in the stillness, that they hear God's call with greater clarity, their intentions are purified, and their faith is fortified. Silence is a gift, a tool, and a weapon. It protects, nourishes, and transforms. May the chosen never underestimate its power. May they learn to remain silent when the world shouts, to protect what is sacred, and to trust that the seeds planted in silence, watered by faith and shielded by discretion, will bear fruit in due time. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom in action. It is proof that the chosen trust not in their own strength but in the Creator, who sees the invisible and acts in the impossible. Dreams and visions are like delicate flames burning within the chosen one's heart. When we receive a purpose, a mission, or a spiritual revelation, it arrives with the subtlety of a small flame, vulnerable to the slightest gust of wind. This is the most critical moment, the period when this flame must be protected, carefully nurtured, and kept secret. The spiritual nature of these visions is profound, as they are gifts from the Creator, a whisper of the divine revealing the next step of the journey. And like all sacred gifts, they are not meant to be shared with everyone. Being an agent of transformation doesn't mean exposing everything to the external world. There's profound wisdom in dealing with family challenges in silence, with prayer, patience, and discernment. When conflicts arise, the first step should be seeking divine guidance. Praying for the home, the family members, and the resolution of issues is the most powerful action the chosen can take. Prayer invites the Creator to act where we cannot, to heal where our hands cannot reach, and to restore what seemed lost. Beyond prayer, the chosen should seek counsel only from trustworthy spiritual mentors, those with the maturity, wisdom, and discernment to offer proper guidance. Not everyone is prepared to hear your pain. Not everyone has a pure heart to help without judging or manipulating. A wise mentor is like a beacon. They illuminate the path without getting caught in the chaos, guiding with love and truth. Such people are rare but are invaluable gifts in the life of a chosen one. It's also essential to remember that healing within the family starts with forgiveness. Forgiveness isn't approval of wrongdoing but a release of the pain it caused. When the chosen forgives, they not only free the other person but also liberate themselves. They break the chains binding them to the past, creating space for peace and restoration to flow in their lives and homes. Forgiveness is a powerful spiritual tool that dissolves barriers created by conflicts and allows the Creator's light to enter spaces previously filled with darkness. Wisdom lies in choosing which battles to fight. Not every conflict deserves an immediate response, and not every provocation must be confronted. Sometimes, silence is the best answer, as it disarms anger and allows emotions to settle. Silence, in such moments, is a sign of strength and maturity. It demonstrates that the chosen trusts in something greater, knowing that truth always prevails and that God's timing is perfect. Family is a gift, even with all its imperfections. It is the ground where the chosen learn to love, forgive, and grow. Protecting this ground is an act of spiritual responsibility. When you guard your family struggles with care, you protect not only yourself but also those you love. You create an environment where healing can happen, love can flourish, and the Creator's light can act freely. Remember, what happens within the home is sacred. Do not let the external world contaminate what must be protected. Take your pain and battles to the Creator in prayer, seek advice from those who are wise and trustworthy, and practice forgiveness as an act of liberation and healing. The wounds of the home are not meant to be exposed to the world. They are meant to be entrusted to the one who can heal them completely. A chosen one who understands this becomes a guardian of the sacred, a protector of peace, and a healer within their family. Their strength lies not in exposure but in protection. Their wisdom is in discerning when to speak and when to remain silent. Their faith is in knowing that even in the hardest struggles, the Creator is working, turning every tear into learning, every conflict into restoration, and every challenge into an opportunity for growth. Victories, no matter how small, are like flowers blooming after a long winter season. They represent the fruit of effort, the sign that the work has been blessed and that the purpose is beginning to take shape. For the chosen, every victory is more than a result. It is divine confirmation that they are on the right path. However, these victories, especially in their early stages, are fragile. They must be protected from external eyes, like a delicate flame shielded from the winds of envy, doubt, and the interference the world might bring. We live in an age where exposure is encouraged. Every achievement, every step, every little progress is often shared on social media, announced to the world before it has time to take root. For the chosen, such premature exposure can be dangerous, not because the victory isn't legitimate, but because there are invisible forces carefully watching the steps of those who carry the light. The enemy works in the shadows, waiting for something to be revealed so that it can act. sowing doubts and placing obstacles where there was once only faith and progress. This is why the chosen must learn to guard their victories in silence until they are fully manifested, until they are strong enough to withstand any opposing wind. Like a tree growing in silence before offering its first fruits, the chosen must allow time to do its work and let the victory mature before revealing it. There is deep wisdom in this, a wisdom that teaches patience, humility, and trust in the process. The story of David is a powerful example of this truth. Before facing Goliath, David fought battles no one saw. He defeated lions and bears in the anonymity of the fields where he cared for his family's sheep. No one knew of his victories, no one celebrated his feats. Yet it was in those hidden battles that he developed the courage, skill, and faith needed for the confrontation that would make him known. Had David announced his victories prematurely, he might have attracted envy, contempt, or even resistance from those who wouldn't believe in his potential. But he kept his victories silent, and at the right time, God placed him before Goliath, where his faith and preparation could be displayed for all to see. There is immense power in silent victories. They strengthen us without the world knowing, prepare us without the enemy noticing, and align us with God's perfect timing. When you achieve something in silence, you build a solid foundation that cannot be easily shaken. You allow the Creator to complete the work started in you without external interruptions or energies that could hinder the process. Often, the premature exposure of victories not only attracts envy but also spiritual resistance. There are those who, upon hearing of your achievements, will feel a desire to discredit them, question them, or cast negative words upon them. These words, even if unintentionally, carry energy. They can plant doubt in the heart of the chosen and weaken what is still in the growth phase. It's like watering a plant with contaminated water. The growth process is interrupted because something pure was exposed to what should have been kept out. Victory at its beginning is like a newborn, fragile, delicate, and dependent on protection. You wouldn't place a small child on a battlefield, exposed to forces they cannot withstand. Similarly, your victories must be protected, nurtured in silence until they are strong enough to manifest themselves. When the victory is genuine and aligned with the divine purpose, it will be seen at the right time without you needing to announce it. Learning to protect your victories is an act of humility. It is recognizing that everything you have achieved didn't come solely from your hands but was the result of divine grace, faith, and the silent work you accomplished in secret. Guarding your victories is also an act of wisdom, as you choose to protect what is precious, allowing time and the Creator to complete the work uninterrupted. And when the time comes, when the victory is mature and strong, it will speak for itself. The world will see the fruits of your labor, and those who doubted will have to acknowledge that it was the hand of God guiding you all along. You won't need to explain, justify, or prove anything to anyone. Your actions, your progress, and your silent faith will be living testimonies of what is possible when we trust in the process and in the Creator's perfect timing. So, guard your victories carefully. Celebrate them in the silence of your heart, thank God for the progress you've made, and continue working with faith and patience. True success doesn't need to be announced. It flourishes at the right time, and its light is so strong that no one can ignore it. The tree that grows in silence, protected from storms, will be the same one that bears abundant fruit when the time comes. And these fruits will not only nourish you but also all those who are touched by your light and testimony. Remember, the greatest victories are those born from faith, continuous effort, and trust in God. They don't need applause, validation, or immediate recognition. They are sacred, and what is sacred must be protected. The world doesn't need to know everything you are building. It will see the results at the right time. Until then, keep growing, keep fighting, and keep trusting, for He who began a good work in you is faithful to complete it. When you receive a financial blessing, take it to the Creator in prayer and ask for wisdom to manage it. Use what has been given to you to build, to bless, and to be an instrument of light in the world. Avoid sharing your gains with those who lack the spiritual maturity to understand the purpose behind them. Remember, not everyone will rejoice in your victories, and not all who smile at your side are truly your allies. Protect your blessings as sacred treasures, knowing that what is given by God must be honored and cared for. True wealth lies in peace, purpose, and connection with the divine. It cannot be measured in numbers but in the positive impact you create in the world. When you act with humility and prudence, you strengthen your spiritual foundation and become a faithful steward of what has been entrusted to you. The Creator honors those who are faithful with little, and at the right time He places them over much. Therefore, guard your financial life with wisdom. Do not let the desire for approval or recognition drive you to expose what must be protected. Be grateful for what you have, manage it responsibly, and trust that the Creator will always provide. True prosperity does not need to be displayed. It is seen in the fruits, the silence, and the peace of a heart walking in alignment with the divine will. Spiritual experiences are rare gems, moments when the veil between the divine and the human dissolves, revealing profound truths that words cannot explain. They are gifts, sacred encounters between the chosen one and the Creator, moments when the heart is touched by the eternal, and the spirit connects with realities the mind cannot comprehend. These experiences are personal, intimate, and, above all, sacred. They are not meant to be shared with the world because the sanctity of these moments resides in the silence and reverence with which they are kept. When the chosen one receives a vision, a dream, or a spiritual revelation, they are touched by something beyond the ordinary. It is as if a window opens to a higher dimension where time, space, and human logic hold no power. These experiences have the potential to transform lives, guide steps, and strengthen faith. However, they are also fragile in their initial stages, like a newly lit flame that must be protected from the winds of the external world. When something so sacred is prematurely exposed, it risks being trivialized, distorted, or even ridiculed by those who lack the capacity to understand what has been revealed. The Apostle Paul, one of the greatest chosen ones in Scripture, provides a powerful example of the wisdom of guarding spiritual experiences. In his letter to the Corinthians, he mentions an extraordinary vision where he was taken to the third heaven and saw things that no man is permitted to speak. He understood that some experiences were given solely to him, to strengthen, guide, and prepare him for his mission. Paul could have announced to the world what he saw, seeking admiration or validation, but he chose silence because he knew that some revelations are so sacred that they cannot be shared. This teaches us something profound. Not everything the Creator reveals to us is meant to be disclosed. Silence in the face of spiritual experiences is a sign of maturity and respect for the sacred. Often, these revelations are an invitation to introspection, prayer, and a deeper connection with the divine. They teach us to trust, to wait, and to understand that the Creator speaks to us in ways the world cannot comprehend. Wisdom lies in discerning what is meant to be shared and what is given solely to be lived in secrecy. When the chosen one shares their spiritual experiences with people unprepared to receive them, they risk casting something sacred before those who do not recognize its value. It is like handing a pearl to someone who cannot see its beauty and who, instead of honoring it, may dismiss or destroy it. Many lack the spiritual discernment to understand the depths of the experiences you have lived, and even unintentionally they may cast words of doubt, criticism, or skepticism, weakening the faith those experiences brought. Moreover, spiritual experiences are portals of transformation. They carry messages, directions, and answers that need to be meditated on and absorbed calmly. Sharing these experiences before fully understanding them may cause us to lose the depth of what has been revealed. The Creator speaks to us in metaphors, symbols, and spiritual language. It is up to the chosen one to seek the meaning of these messages in silence, praying and asking for wisdom to apply them to their life. This is not a task to be done publicly but in the quietness of the soul, where answers are revealed in due time. The world, with its superficial mindset and haste for validation, often pressures us to share everything we experience. There is a false notion that spiritual experiences must be turned into spectacles or grand stories to impress others. But the chosen one knows that the sacred must not be trivialized. Their relationship with the Creator is intimate and personal. The moments when you are touched by the divine are between you and God, and it is in this space of silence and reverence that faith is strengthened and spiritual roots grow deeper. There is another important aspect. The enemy, who cannot see the unseen or understand divine plans, is always lurking. He looks for breaches, for information, for any detail that can be used to interfere in the journey of the chosen one. When a spiritual experience is prematurely revealed, it becomes vulnerable to spiritual attacks. Doubt, fear, and confusion can be cast upon what was pure and sacred. Guarding these experiences in silence is an act of spiritual protection. It is a shield that preserves what the Creator has given and prevents opposing forces from distorting or destroying it. This does not mean the chosen one must carry everything alone. There are moments when spiritual experiences need to be shared with trusted people, spiritual mentors, or fellow believers who have the discernment and wisdom to receive them. These confidants are rare but invaluable gifts. They know how to listen without judgment, pray without questioning, and counsel with love and truth. With them, the chosen one can share their revelations with the assurance that they will be respected and handled with care. The key is discernment. Not everything should be revealed, nor should everything be hidden. The chosen one must learn to hear the Creator's voice and discern when to speak and when to remain silent. When the right time comes, the experiences kept in silence will be transformed into living testimonies that inspire, heal, and illuminate the lives of others. But until that moment, they must be protected as a valuable treasure, a gift between you and the divine. Spiritual experiences are proof that the Creator is near, that you are being guided, and that there is a greater purpose for your life. They are reminders that you are not alone even in the toughest battles. Each vision, dream, and revelation is a piece of the puzzle that forms your mission. Guarding them with care is a sign of respect and trust in the divine plan. Remember, what is sacred must be treated as sacred. Protect your spiritual experiences with reverence, keep silent when necessary, and surrender your doubts and fears to the Creator in prayer. Time will reveal what needs to be revealed. Until then, trust, remain silent, and allow the divine to continue working in your life, away from the world's eyes. Being silent does not mean being invisible. On the contrary, the chosen ones are those whose presence speaks for itself. When you walk into a room, your energy is felt. You don't need to announce who you are or what you carry because your light and spiritual authority are unmistakable. There is power in those who do not seek external validation, who do not shout their victories or intentions to the world. They know that true power lies in the silence of confidence, in the certainty that the Creator is working through them, even when the world does not notice. Silence is also a barrier of protection. When you choose to keep your struggles, plans, and victories to yourself, you prevent opposing energies, negative words, or others' doubts from infiltrating your process. The enemy can only attack what is known. Silence, therefore, is a shield that preserves what is under construction, protecting the seeds that are still germinating. Like a farmer who covers their seeds to shield them from the elements, the chosen one must guard their dreams and intentions with the mantle of silence. There are moments when silence speaks louder than words. When the world expects you to react, justify yourself, or respond to criticism, choosing silence is an act of strength. It disarms those who seek to provoke you and reveals your true essence. Those who talk too much often expose their weaknesses, but those who know how to remain silent demonstrate an unshakable confidence. In these moments, silence proves that you are not concerned with winning small battles because you know the true victory has already been secured in the spiritual realm. The Creator, in His wisdom, teaches us the importance of silence. Many of the greatest revelations in Scripture occurred in moments of stillness. Moses heard God's voice in the silence of Mount Sinai. Elijah, amidst the storm, found the Creator not in the fire, wind, or earthquake, but in a gentle whisper. Silence is where God's voice is clearest. It is in this sacred space that the chosen ones find guidance, strength, and direction for their journey. To be unshakable, the chosen must cultivate inner silence. This means quieting the noise of the mind, the voices of doubt, and the fears that try to take control. Meditation, prayer, and contemplation are tools that help strengthen this silence. When the world is chaotic, when storms arise, the chosen one with a silent spirit remains firm because they are anchored in something greater than themselves. They know their battles have already been entrusted to the Creator and that the outcome does not depend on what they say or do, but on the faith they carry. Silence also teaches us to observe. The silent chosen one becomes a master at reading environments, intentions, and energies around them. They see what others do not, hear what others ignore, and understand situations with a depth beyond the surface. This is because silence sharpens spiritual senses, allowing discernment to manifest clearly and accurately. Silence gives us an advantage because while others are busy talking, we are absorbing, learning, and preparing. Being silent is an act of humility. It is recognizing that not everything needs to be said or explained. There is peace in not needing to prove anything to anyone, in simply living your truth and letting your actions speak for you. The tree that bears the sweetest fruit does not make noise as it grows. It simply blossoms silently until the world notices its abundance. The chosen one should be like that tree, someone who grows in silence, blooms with humility, and remains unshakable even when storms try to bring them down. So, choose silence as a companion on your journey. Use it as protection, strength, and a connection to the divine. Be unshakable like a rock, deep like the ocean, and silent like seeds growing in the dark. When the time is right, your light will be seen, your victories will be reaped, and those who doubted will see that the Creator was working through you all along. Until then, stand firm, guard what is sacred, and trust that silence is one of the greatest demonstrations of faith, strength, and wisdom a chosen one can manifest. In the journey of the chosen, pain is inevitable. It comes as a refining fire, testing the soul's strength, purifying the spirit, and clarifying intentions. For many, pain is an obstacle, a burden that paralyzes and prevents progress. But for the chosen, pain becomes a powerful tool for growth, wisdom, and purpose. It is not the end of the road but the beginning of a transformation that reveals the true strength dwelling within the one who has been called. When the fire of adversity touches the chosen one, something extraordinary happens. The suffering, which might cause others to give up, becomes the catalyst for awakening dormant abilities and spiritual resilience. It is like gold being refined. It only reaches its purest and most valuable form through intense heat. The chosen one understands that pain is not a sign of abandonment but a divine opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the greater purpose that awaits. Think of the journey of a seed buried in the darkness of the soil. It is pressed, broken, and seemingly destroyed by its environment. But it is in this process of breaking that life begins to emerge. What seemed like the end is actually the beginning of a new creation. Pain has this same transformative power. It forces us to look inward, confront our weaknesses, and discover a strength we may not have known existed. The chosen one learns that pain does not come to destroy but to shape them into someone capable of carrying the greatness of their mission. When you endure battles others cannot understand, you carry invisible scars that become sources of wisdom and compassion. Pain makes you more empathetic, more aware of the struggles of others. It transforms you into a guide, someone who can extend a hand to those lost in the darkness because you have walked similar paths and know what it is to emerge on the other side. Your scars, far from being signs of weakness, become silent trophies that tell the story of your victory. Jesus is the supreme example of this transformation. He endured the weight of suffering, humiliation, and the deepest pain to fulfill his divine purpose. His pain was not in vain. It became the greatest act of redemption the world has ever known. The chosen one, in their journey, also bears small crosses. They face humiliations, rejections, and trials that test their faith. But, like Jesus, they learn to transform pain into love, rejection into compassion, and wounds into sources of healing for others. There is something sacred about enduring pain with faith and dignity. The world watches, and those who try to harm the chosen one often do not understand that every blow only strengthens their essence. The enemy tries to use pain as a weapon to divert the chosen one from their mission, but he fails because he cannot comprehend the power of divine transformation. What was meant to be a curse becomes a blessing. What was meant to destroy ends up building. Every tear shed, every battle fought in silence, becomes a brick in the construction of purpose. When you choose to view pain as a teacher, you begin to see the hidden lessons in every trial. Pain teaches patience because great transformations take time. It teaches gratitude because it helps us value what truly matters. It teaches humility because it reminds us that we are not invincible and that we depend on the Creator to sustain us. And above all, pain teaches faith because it forces us to trust in the unseen, in the divine plan that has not yet fully unfolded. So embrace pain as part of your process. Do not run from it, ignore it, or let it define you. Let it transform you, purify your heart, and strengthen your spirit. Every tear, every battle, every moment of darkness is preparing you for something greater. Trust the process even when it does not make sense. The Creator wastes no pain. He uses it to build the strongest, wisest, and most powerful version of who you are called to be. However, finding this community requires wisdom and discernment. Not every group can be called a sacred circle. Not everyone with beautiful words or spiritual promises possesses the maturity and truth necessary to walk alongside you. The true union of the chosen ones is not based on appearances or numbers but on a deep spiritual bond where authenticity reigns and intentions are pure. When the chosen ones gather, there is no competition, envy, or judgment. There is only growth, support, and a mutual commitment to truth. The chosen ones recognize each other in silence. There is something about the frequency of their energy, the intensity of their gaze, or the depth of their words that reveals who they are. They don't need to explain their journeys to one another because their spirits already understand. When a chosen one speaks of their battles, the others listen with their hearts, not just their ears. They understand because they've been there too. This understanding generates empathy that heals, strengthens, and elevates. The union of the chosen ones is a refuge, a place where you can lower your armor without fear of being wounded. The strength of this community lies not only in emotional support but also in the spiritual power it generates. When the chosen ones pray together, meditate together, or simply share a moment of silent connection, their energies align to create a protective field that repels darkness. The enemy fears the unity of the chosen ones because where there is unity, there is power. He works to divide, isolate, and weaken, but those who understand the importance of coming together in purpose frustrate these attempts. In times of trial, the community of the chosen becomes a reminder that you are not fighting alone. When your light feels dim, the brightness of others rekindles it. When your faith falters, the prayers of your brothers and sisters sustain you. When loneliness tries to settle in, the presence of other chosen ones dispels it. There is no weakness in seeking support. On the contrary, it is a sign of spiritual maturity to recognize that the strength of the community is an extension of divine strength. Furthermore, the union of the chosen ones is not limited to words or meetings. It manifests in actions. When one chosen helps another, when they share their victories or resources, they fulfill a greater purpose. Every act of love, compassion, and generosity strengthens the network of light connecting the chosen ones. The good you do for a fellow traveler returns to you multiplied because the Creator honors those who care for His children. There's an old story about a bundle of sticks. Individually, they were fragile and could be easily broken. But when bound together, they became unbreakable. So it is with the chosen ones. Alone, they may feel vulnerable and worn down by battles, but when united, they become an unbeatable force capable of overcoming any challenge. Unity brings security, strength, and resilience because it is based not on appearances but on a spiritual connection that only those called can understand. This union also has an impact on the world around you. When the chosen ones strengthen one another, they become even brighter beacons of light. Together they inspire, heal, and guide those who are lost. Their mission is not merely to survive but to lead, to show the world a different path, a path of truth, love, and purpose. The strength of their unity ripples outward, reaching places and people you might never imagine. Therefore, seek out those who share the same calling. Pray that the Creator reveals to you the souls destined to walk beside you. Cultivate these connections with wisdom, humility, and love. Honor those who support you and be ready to support someone when the time comes. The union of the chosen ones is sacred because it reflects the very nature of the divine: connection, unity, and the love that sustains the universe. Remember that while you have been called individually, your mission is strengthened in collectivity. You are part of something greater, a spiritual network forming around the world, uniting those who carry the light and preparing the way for a transformation far beyond what any of us can imagine. The light you carry is powerful, but when joined with the light of other chosen ones, it becomes an unquenchable flame capable of illuminating even the darkest places. Value this union. Seek, nurture, and protect those who are part of your spiritual circle. Together, you are unshakable. Together, you will fulfill the divine purpose placed upon your lives. And always remember, the union of the chosen ones is more than an alliance. It is a testament to the power that exists when light joins with light, creating a brilliance no darkness can extinguish. On the journey of the chosen, gratitude and resilience are like two pillars that uphold the spirit amid the storms. They are more than feelings or skills. They are spiritual postures, ways of perceiving life that transcend circumstances. While the world tries to divert your attention to what is lacking, what hurts, or what has not worked out, the chosen learn to focus their eyes on what truly matters: the beauty of the path, the blessings already received, and the purpose that continues to unfold. Gratitude is a powerful key. It opens invisible doors and unlocks levels of peace and contentment the world cannot comprehend. When the chosen cultivate gratitude, they do not deny their pains or challenges but choose to recognize the Creator's presence in every detail of the journey. When you give thanks, you align with the divine frequency, allowing light to penetrate even the darkest moments. Gratitude transforms lack into abundance, suffering into learning, and moments of waiting into opportunities for growth. Think of life as a vast landscape filled with light and shadow. What you choose to focus on determines how you feel. The world may present reasons to complain, but a grateful heart sees blessings where others see emptiness. It sees the value in small things, the strength to rise for another day, the sunlight breaking through the clouds, the smile of a stranger crossing your path. These small gifts accumulate to build a resilient spirit, a heart that is not easily shaken because it has learned to see beyond difficulties. The chosen know that gratitude is also a spiritual weapon. When you give thanks, you become inaccessible to energies that try to steal your peace. The enemy cannot operate in a grateful heart because where there is gratitude, there is light, and where there is light, darkness cannot remain. Gratitude is a shield against discouragement, envy, and negativity. It is a constant reminder that you are not alone and that every step has been sustained by the Creator, even when the path seemed impossible to walk. Alongside gratitude, resilience allows the chosen to keep moving forward, even when everything around them tries to stop them. Resilience does not mean not feeling pain or never falling. It means rising every time, learning from each fall, and growing stronger with every new beginning. Resilience is forged in the fire of trials, and that is why the chosen face so many battles. Every challenge, every tear, and every moment of uncertainty has a purpose, to prepare you to carry the light at an even higher level.